So, Coach, you got the floor.
Yeah, thanks, John. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, I thought the energy was amazing tonight. It felt very festive, a lot of energy, a lot of urgency from the fans. And I thought we created enough moments to reward ourselves. Unfortunately, that didn't go our way. So, yeah, we get our 5th clean sheet of the season. Yeah, I think that's a positive. You know, we'll look back long and hard at the tape and the film and see how we could have, created a little bit more clarity, a little bit more clearer shooting chances maybe. But yeah, for the most part, this is a game that gets away from us. But overall, very happy with the application, the effort, the urgency. Can't fault the boys for that. We move on.
Thanks, Coach. What Tom?
How frustrating, maddening, whatever are these results? Because you're saying point of year, you need wins, and Portland's the kind of team you got to get a win against.
Sure. Listen, I mean, I don't know if you have to win against Portland. They're unbeaten in their last 4. So, there's no have to's anymore in this league. For sure, we want to win our home games. That's very important. But yeah, make no, sort of bones about it. They're a good team. You can see their star power up front, Evander, Moreno, Rodriguez, Mora comes in, Nathan Forgas, there's a good string of attackers there. And if we didn't have our defensive structure in place, they could have hurt us, and on the one side, these type of games, especially against Portland last year, we lose these ones, right? So I still see us, without sugarcoating anything, still see us as a group taking steps forward. And we're looking positively right now, because I see so many good things, and I'm expecting things to turn 100%.
Is it hard to stay positive? You guys haven't won a game since like May 11th.
No, and it's cliched as it is. I believe in this process, and I see many good things. And just sometimes is it the final pass? Is it the run? Is it the quality of the shot? Is it, do we find the advantage? Who's free, who's open, who takes that shot? So, and then against good teams, you're going to give up 1 or 2 moments. So, yeah, I'm glad they didn't take theirs. There weren't too many of them, but still, we dominate shots, we dominate XG, we dominate corners, we dominate everything just about, I suppose. And we still go empty-handed, but the positive is the clean sheet.
Brendan?
Coach, did you see some moments tonight where you got a turnover in the attacking third and maybe would look for your guys to look to shoot a little sooner? Did you see anything like that?
I'm not sure if it's sooner. I just, want the guys to see a clear picture, So when we win the ball, as we did a few times in the first half, up high, they try to play through, we jump them. And then can we connect that first one? Can we play out of the pressure? Can we advance the ball? Can we create overloads with the movement off the ball? Can we make runs in behind? So, I thought, for the most part, we created these moments, just couldn't capitalize.
Good evening. Ashton Fry here. Can you comment on any standout individual performance that caught your eye today?
Yeah, I mean, we don't usually speak about the individuals here. We speak about a collective effort. But I did see some guys today, really, Celio Pompeo doing a great job down that left-hand side. I thought Jose Kijima, again, with a lot of energy. So he gets a lot of praise from his teammates. And obviously, we see what he does. But overall, I mean, Totland never stops running, So some really good moments from a lot of the guys. It would be tough to signal out, anyone specific.
Can you elaborate on any specific strategies or tactics that were particularly effective or ineffective?
Yeah, I thought, some of our second balls we lost, they're a very direct team. They're primed for second balls. We are too. I thought we were a little bit too stretched in our build-up phase. With the aerial duels, we didn't do that well on, and we lose the second ball. So, we could have tried to get some more clarity, like I said, in the build-up phase. But probably the one I'm going to go to bed tonight thinking about is the second ball deals.
Thank you.
Justin?
Bradley, I want to ask you a bit. It looked like both you and Thomas Towland had just thoughts on getting the ball to him quicker on that side as you try to switch the play. What was the difficulty in kind of getting him open down that right side tonight?
Yeah, I think we found him a few times, we spoke about space at the top of the box. We spoke about low and hard, Yeah, just trying to find the optimal space, because if you go too high, then Bravo is jumping. If you go too shallow, then the wing is jumping you. So, just to try and find that optimal space. And yeah, we couldn't find as much clarity as we have done so much in the last couple of weeks.
Thank you, Abbas. There were a lot of scary moments in the game today. All credit to Roman Bürki for the good saves. But if you look at those scary moments and the last 5 games, you've considered 10 goals. Are you worried about your defensive strategy or defensive approach to every game?
Yeah, it's a decent question. I saw many more scary moments the other way. Ball saved on the goal line, ball hitting the pole. So I saw many more scary moments the other side. We concede, I think, the least shots on the league. So yeah, thinking about defensive structure, yes, we can do better and we aim to do better. That we're conceding, like you said, today we got a clean sheet and that's a step in the right direction.
Henry?
Coach, Nielsen came off in the 50th minute. Can you elaborate or comment on his injury and any specifics or how the seriousness of it yet?
We're always a little bit cautious with Joachim and his knees. We just have to monitor these things when he goes down. And, he was on a yellow card already. And for that 5-minute period that we were observing, I didn't see, any clarity in his running. It looked like he was struggling. So, speaking to him afterwards, he's a little frustrated because he thought he could have gone on longer. But yeah, we just had to feel in that moment, what does the game need? And we made that call.
And then on his frustration, when he showed it, when he was coming off the pitch, even though it might be a little clash, is that something you really like to see from your players, the urgency to keep playing?
I love it. I love emotion. I'm emotionally wired as well. I love the game. I want to win the game. I'm extremely competitive. So it's totally normal. And there was no clash.
Yeah. And then Jose made his first start. What were some of the things you saw tonight from him that, stood out for you?
Yeah, just relentless in his movements, in his running, in his ball progression. So, and he's really feisty against the ball. So yeah, we saw a lot of positive moments from Jose.
Go back to Tom.
Your closest call is where, Edu puts one off the post and then Tim gets a shot blocked by a guy I think has his back turned to him. When you see things like that, are you thinking you're under a dark cloud? Something at those points?
No, these are moments we should thrive on, right? So we have some brilliant moments. We have some, moments where we have to learn. And yeah, the last couple of months have been brilliant. Now we have to, adapt and learn, but they're not by means dire. I see a good team playing some good soccer, giving every opponent a damn tough game. And that's what we're proud about, right? So, and I said, I've seen growth as a team. I've seen growth in our style of play, in our game model. So yeah, I see a lot of good things. And again, I hate to say it, but yeah, this is the process that we're in right now. If it was that easy, and we could all be on top of life and on top of our world and our occupation or jobs or, then everyone would be doing it. So yeah, actually, this is a phase we have to embrace and enjoy because the only way to get forward and move forward is to embrace these things and challenge yourself to do a little bit more and tighten the screw. And, everybody's doing just about enough. So yeah, we're embracing this moment.
Were there chances that almost didn't happen because things seemed like there were a lot of long balls played that you guys either didn't catch up with or the opposing, Portland got to them?
Yeah, it's the type of game they put you in, right? They're one of the most direct teams in the league. So yeah, we got caught in that a little bit, and then they caught a bit of rhythm from the second ball process. So yeah, we'll look at that, but we're not going to over-evaluate that.
What were the final possession numbers? You look like you had the ball a lot.
52, I think.
So
I think that's majority, right?
Yeah.
I think that's
not what you don't do very often.
Yeah, we don't value the possession that much, but yeah, we don't really take too much stock into that. Yeah.
Coach, thank you for joining us. Appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time.
Good night.
Good time.
Edu, considering everything that's going on, does this feel like a game that you really needed to win?
Yeah, definitely. Just like the last weeks. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating. Last week against Miami was kind of the same thing. You could have lost the game, but I think more likely we would have deserved to win the game. And I think the same is today. Portland, I don't know how many chances they had. Really good chances, maybe like 2 or something. And we had like at least 4 or 5 big chances, and we just have to finish these off and win the game.
I think your best chance where you put that free kick off the post on that one, is it just, you feel good off your foot and you're thinking, dang, one of these things is going to go our way?
Yeah, I was kind of frustrated with myself for the first 2 free kicks, especially the second one. I could have done much better than that, and then the third one comes off very well my foot. I changed the shooting technique in this case because it was pretty close, so I tried to get it like a knuckleball more over the wall because it was that close, and Portland has some big guys in the wall. Yeah, I honestly thought that ball is in, and then after that, I just saw Tim completely alone in front of the goal. Thought, now this one is in. I couldn't believe that this ball wasn't going in as well. I mean, yeah, sometimes that's also, you can say unlucky, but I mean, in the end of the day, we have to blame ourselves for not finishing these chances off.
Brendan?
Edu, whether it's you or a teammate, do you feel like when you're winning the ball in the final third, does the group collectively need to find a way to look to shoot maybe a split second sooner?
Yeah, I think, like, honestly, when you watch the big teams, the biggest, the best teams in the world, I think if you're really critical and if you really watch the details, then you can see the big difference. Like when Man City, Real Madrid, when they play and like they win the ball in the final third, it looks so easy, and you say, yeah, it's just like an easy pass or something. But as you say, I think in many cases, it's like what has been pretty good in the last couple of weeks. We just didn't finish these off, but sometimes, yeah, we have to set each other up better for success. It's like the right timing, the right moment, the right foot. Yeah, and like a split second too late can already be too late. And I think like in these cases, we have to find the right solutions, make the right decisions. But it's always easy afterwards because like in the game, you have pressure, you have to make a quick decision, and yeah, we just have to be more critical with ourselves, and we have to get better at this.
Could you see a scenario where one big play, one big moment, just like the dam breaks and you guys can fire off multiple goals, multiple wins? Does it feel that close to you and the rest of your teammates right now?
Yes, 100%. I'm very convinced about that, because like in the end of the day, yeah, it's still a long way. The season is still pretty long. We are still not far away from the other teams. At one hand, I'm saying we are doing a good job, and I think we are on a good way. And if we finish these chances off, if we get better at these things, and I think today, for example, what was great was defensively, we had a clean sheet, which is very good and a huge step forward. But then at the other side, we have to be very critical with ourselves. Like, we don't want to do this every single week. Like having a tie and saying like, yeah, we should have done this better and this better. At a certain point, like, it's enough. We just have to go out and say like winning mentality. We have to be good enough to finish these chances off. And sometimes, like, it doesn't matter if you play a good game, if you play a bad game. Sometimes, like, a good team finish these chances off and just wins the game, and nobody asks afterwards how you won that game.
Ashley?
Hello, Ashton Fry here. You said earlier that you were frustrated after hitting the post on your set piece, but what was going through your head before you set up to shoot?
Yeah, the wall seemed pretty close to me. It was a very close position to the goal. And as I said already, I tried in this case to change my technique because it was so close to the goal. And I was very convinced that I'm gonna hit a really good free kick, and it came off my foot very well. But then, I mean, in the end of the day, it hits the post. It's yeah, it gives me more confidence for the next free kicks for sure. But I'm also frustrated and yeah, critical with myself because I could have done better, especially in the first 2 free kicks.
Thank you.
How are you feeling out there going 90 minutes?
Yeah, honestly, I'm just very, very thankful. I didn't think that I could play 90 minutes today. I didn't think that I could play 80 or 85, what it was last week against Miami. I'm also thankful for the coach always communicating with me on the pitch and asking how I feel and not just making a quick decision. And I think it's very good for me to get those minutes, and especially now. We have 3 games coming up, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to more and more games and being back at the pitch again.
So did you ask to stay out there, or at least tell them not to take you out?
I mean, I just said that I feel good. In the end of the day, I'm not the coach. He makes the decisions. I'm just saying how I feel. And in the game, he looked at me and asked me how I feel, and I told him that I feel good, and he made the decision to leave me on the pitch.
Your third 0-0 tie of the season. Are those extra games where you think you get a clean sheet, but you don't get 3 points? Are those in the frustration department when you don't get full points off a shutout?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like the good thing is always going out with a clean sheet. I think that's always very important. You go out with a clean sheet, you never lose a game. It sounds pretty simple, but you have to have that mentality, like not only scoring goals, but like defending the goal with everything you have and everything you can. But I mean, in the end of the day, as I said, like, yeah, we can talk about it and say like, oh, we didn't lose a lot of games. Very good, great. But like, where are we in the table? So at a certain point, we have to be critical with ourselves, and we have to say, okay, we played well, but we have to win games. Like, period. End of the story. Like, we have to go into these games and say like, winning mentality. We have to win these games, no matter how, no matter what.
Anyone else? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Go ahead.
Roman, we've been through this before. You get a clean sheet out there, but you don't get the win. Just another thing that we've seen in a lot of games this year where you got to score goals. Not you personally, obviously, but the team.
Yeah, I can basically repeat what I said after the last few games. I know in Miami we scored 3 or 2. 1 they scored. It's just not enough what comes from us, like offensive wise. I mean, we're coming to good situations. We have chances, but then we are just not cool enough in front of the goal to score a goal. And what the danger is, you can always concede a goal. We saw Seattle, how the first goal we concede, the deflection from Kyle. That can always happen. But if we score, the defending gets easier. The whole game gets easier. The fans are coming, you know, like are more positive. I mean, they are positive always, but yeah, it's just annoying, to be honest.
Defensively, you had to, after giving up 3 goals last week, you had a better defensive effort.
I mean, it was also a different breed that was on the field than last week. I mean, with Messi, with Suarez, and all the other names there, it's a different team than the Portland team. I mean, Portland team has good players, but that's a game at home. We have to win, and we didn't do that.
Fred?
Roman, is it a thin line between maybe being unlucky, snake bitten, to not finish some of the chances you guys have had, and not just having that, I don't want to call it killer instinct, but just having that ability to, I think, as you guys have said before, kill the game? Are those lines blurred a little bit from your perspective?
I was never really a guy who believes in luck. I think luck comes when a third person is involved. In that case, the refs. If we win the 50-50 situations, if the 50-50 situations are whisked for us or not. But it's an ability to be ice cold in front of the goal, and there's no luck involved. If we shoot the guy who's on the line, not even looking at the ball, that's skill. That's not unlucky. That's just not good enough. And if our striker is in front of the goal twice, misses the chances, that's a skill. That's not unlucky. We brought him in a super position, and we just didn't score. So that's, for me, has nothing to do with luck. I mean, we are in a situation where maybe everything is a little bit harder, especially if you compare it to last year. But we are professionals. We train every day. We have to simulate. We can't simulate pressure situations in training, but if you go to training, you have to do and try to improve as best as you can and analyze what you are doing wrong. So do I. I try to analyze what I'm doing wrong, you know, with Alex. That's why we have coaches. But sometimes you have to do a little bit more work than just the things that the coach say. Maybe stay a little bit longer on the field. Maybe do exercises that you know maybe you don't like, because usually what you don't like, you're not good at. So that, for me, we can talk about unlucky, but so we were unlucky the whole season because we haven't scored a lot of goals yet.
Does last week sort of felt like a good draw? You go down to Miami, they've been playing very well. You come away 3-3. Do you almost categorize tonight as a bad draw with it being at home, and fewer opportunities will be there for you guys to take care of business in your building?
I know that the team didn't see it as a good draw in Miami because you were up 3 times. I know it is a good team, but we are a good team too. We can be a good team too. And if you are up 3 times in Miami, you have to win the game. Here again, like now we play at home against a team like Portland, which, with all the respect, they have really good players, but they are not Miami. And we are not able to score a goal at home, then you don't deserve the 3 points. And today, again, I'm not happy. I'm disappointed again.
Best.
You need to score goals to win games, and in the last 5 games, it's been winless. And after the game against Miami, scoring 3 goals, you must feel really confident to keep that record or streak going in this game. How do you feel? Like, is there any sense of frustration within you or within the team? And what are you guys saying to yourself to improve this streak?
I mean, like you said, we scored 3 goals in Miami, so we are definitely capable of scoring against good teams too. And we had a good performance in Miami. It just wasn't enough to win the game. That's why we were disappointed, and we saw it. We looked at it as a we were not happy with the draw. But I talked before the game to the guys, and I said, guys, we had a good performance. Let's keep going that way. And I think we played good. We played good, but again, in front of the goal, it's just not enough. We could also lose this game. They had chances, 3 chances in the first half, and if you are unlucky, we lose this game. But we worked hard to not be unlucky. So then we did everything to defend the goals, and up front we just need a little bit of help with a goal, because if you score a goal, it also helps defensive wise. Like, it takes a lot of pressure off you. So I think we just need to analyze. Also on the off days, I talked to the guys. I said, maybe think about a little bit about the game, not just lose the head now and don't think anything about the game just because we have a day off. Just think about your performance. Maybe look at what you can do better, where we can improve. Because only like this we come out of this situation. And the situation we are in is, especially for me, I don't know if others have a different opinion, but I'm not happy in the situation we are.
Do you feel like there's any lack of urgency when it comes to making those decisions to shoot the ball? Because it looks like it appears a couple of times during the game where we felt like, take it. Why are you taking too long? What do you feel?
Yeah. I mean, I know that the hardest thing in soccer is to score a goal. But like I said, we are professionals. We have players, they are like, they are attackers because they are doing that best. But now we need the players just to like, don't like be sorry for yourself, you know, like just keep working, like try harder, you know, and that's what it needs. I've been in a situation like this before, like when I had the feeling that, oh, almost every shot is in, you know, how can I improve? I had 3 times, I think, in the last 5 games, a 1v1 situation. Today I had a 1v1 situation. I analyzed what I did wrong and I saved it. You know, like you have to try harder, just try harder. You have to get better at this, like mentality wise.
Got time for one more. We'll go to Ashton.
Hi, Ashton Fry here. It wasn't just the supporters section tonight chanting Bürki. You came up big tonight with the saves. Does it help fuel you to hear the chants?
It definitely feels good, you know, like I appreciate every fan that's coming and who's staying after the game to until we make the round, and say thank you to them. But yeah, it feels good, but I just wish that we could give them a win instead of me saving a ball. You know, that would probably make them even more happier.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Thank you. Go ahead, Tom.
Jose, there were chances and you guys just couldn't put them away. When you look at the offense of this team, what's missing?
I think it's yeah, it's first of all disappointing, right? We have so many chances. I think there are a lot of missing parts to that. It can be mental, it can be physical, it can be positioning, it could be anything. But I think one of the most important things that we need is decisiveness in front of goal, and you know, believing that the ball is going to go into the net. But yeah, that falls onto me as well because I'm part of the attack now. And yeah, I need to take more responsibility.
When you look at this game in the big picture, Portland, one of the teams you're battling with for a playoff spot, I mean, not even the halfway point of the season yet, but still, is this a tie that really doesn't feel good?
Yeah, it's again, it's definitely disappointing, but yeah, again, it's as cliche as it may sound, we just keep going, you know. Past results are past results, and you know, we reflect on what we could do better and what we did well, and continue to fill the gaps there and continue on to the season.
Yes.
As I know after performance like this, it's maybe hard to focus on yourself, but you get the start tonight. Things have been going well for you recently, and you've been building through the City First team. What does it feel to get a start at home in a game like this?
Great. I mean, me personally, I'm always trying to, you know, give back to the fans, which is, I feel as if it's almost impossible, right? The support they give us is second to none. So, yeah, it's thank you to the coaching staff for giving me the opportunity, as well as gratitude to the fans for, you know, consistently giving us the same type of support every single game, and every single night. So.
And then for your role, Jose, you were a big part in the press tonight, just kind of leading the charge. Has it been easy to kind of fill into that role and working next to João Klaus as well?
Yeah, I mean, it only started last week, so there's a lot of, you know, communication and bonding that has to be done. But I think, you know, as a team as a whole, I think we're headed to the right direction.
Brendan?
Jose, you come across as a guy to us that's pretty cool, calm, and collected. Are you able to have that same approach at the start of a game like tonight?
Yes, I think it's a big part of my game, and it's very important for me to be intense and chaotic mentally off the ball, but calm and collected on the ball. So that's something I've been training in my mind is how can I transition between those two mindsets quickly and yeah, smoothly, I guess.
Is it mixed emotions on a night where you get the start and the result obviously not exactly what you guys wanted?
Yeah, I mean, again, disappointed, but I usually try to leave the emotions, you know, behind as much as possible because, yeah, it's the state of the game was, you know, very end to end in itself, and yeah, but disappointed to say the least.
Else?
When Edu hits the post and then Tim has the follow shot that doesn't go in, is that when you see something like that happen, what do you think? What does that do for you?
Yeah, it was a big chance, but the game still goes on, and we just got to continue because we can't keep thinking about that chance. You know, there might be a bigger chance than that. coming, in 2-3 seconds. So, yeah, during the game I don't really think about those things. It's after I think we reflect through film and through discussion.
Best.
Obviously, you feel very disappointed. Also, sure the fans are also. In your opinion, what is one thing you think the team needs to change going forward to make this happiness back to the players and also to
Yeah, I think I would say it starts in training. It's the mentality you have, I think, every day. I need to do a better job as well, is you have to play like it's your last day every single day. And win, loss, draw, the world doesn't care. So it's if you ask yourself in the mirror after each day that you did your best, or did you do your best today? And the answer is yes, that means there's something wrong. It always has to be no. There's always limits to be pushed. So I think that mentality aspect of it is something we need to improve.
Ashton Fry here. Even though City tied, what was a moment in the game that was memorable for you?
I think the small moments of maybe things that we have in our identity that are momentum changers. So things like pressing high and winning the ball back at a higher area of the pitch, or winning the ball deeper in our pitch in a counter pressing situation. Those small things I call momentum changers, and it definitely builds on towards our mental performance and physical performance. So yeah, those things are very memorable when the crowd goes, they're like, oh, like those things, it feeds us and it gives us energy. So yeah, those things are probably one of my most memorable moments.
Thank you.
Roman comes in here and he's, critical of the attack, saying, got to finish. I mean, and I got to assume he says the same thing, not just in here, but in the room as well. I mean, when he says that, how does that affect you? What does that mean to the team?
He's right. He's totally right. There's absolutely no mistake in what he's saying. He has enough experience to see the game and read the game, at a high level. So, for me personally, I tried to absorb from him as much as I can. I was asking some questions after the game in the locker room, but yeah, I mean, he's experienced and he knows what he's talking about. So for me is just trying my best to absorb it and learn from him, become a better person and a player from him.
You have quickly become a fan favorite. Is there anything you would like to say to your younger fans?
Younger fans, yeah. First of all, thank you very much. I didn't have a team that I supported every week at night, so it's really good to see those things, especially in our younger people and players. But I think one advice I give a lot of young players is just don't stop and believe, because if you give it your all and your every ounce of energy to whatever you want to achieve, and you don't achieve it, there's no regret at the end. So yeah, don't have regrets and continue to try to reach your dream.
Thank you.
Jose, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.